Welcome back, race fans. We have finally arrived for the next season with Sim Racing Unleashed Cup Series. But this season, in honor of Dave Bush, they have named it after him. It is called the NASCAR Dave Bush Sim Racing Unleashed Cup Series. Dave, we're thinking about you, buddy, as always. Glad to talk to you a little bit ago, but, you know, they got to get into racing out here tonight. Round number one, season 15 opener, of course, at Daytona, presented to you all by MaxspeedTV. Myself, Joshua Medlock, alongside Will Roberts, joining us again this season. Will, well, we've been off, it seems like forever, and well, now we're back.
Yeah, good 2.5 month break, you know, during the off season. Always great to be back with you, Joshua. Thanks for having me back this season. I picked up with you about halfway through last season, so great to be back with you. Love being here, calling these races with you. Always full of excitement. And Daytona, best way to always kick off the season.
Yep, Daytona. A lot of leagues kick off their season, especially when it's a long season. They always, you know, kick it off with Daytona. Of course, SRU, they follow pretty much the real NASCAR season. Of course, they don't follow the whole, like, you know, full-length races, but their tracks are very, very close to one another in terms of, you know, when they race and all that. We will go all the way to November here in 2014. So, Will, we have a long road ahead of us starting tonight.
Yes, sir. And consistency is always key with long seasons, especially, you know, when there's a regular season, then the playoffs to finish off the season. So always try to be consistent and finish as many races as possible in the best position possible. And like you said, to start off the season at Daytona, so many leagues do it, and iconic track as well, Joshua.
Yeah.
So just a banger of a race track to start off any season, really.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So, a lot of new faces out here tonight as well. We'll get to those in just a second. I've already got the pre-race analytics pulled up here, coming down to about close to 3.5 minutes here still yet in practice. But our air temp of 73, a track temp of 95, 100 laps, 250 miles. Our stage here this evening, a white at 40, checkered or caution at 41, so they cannot go the distance on fuel. They will have to pit at least once before stage in. Of course, the tires could play a factor. I don't think as much, but, because it's Daytona and they don't use up tires as much. So, tires, may not be a factor. Kids, more than likely going to be that fuel, 25 to 30 laps roughly. Now, pit road here at Daytona is 60 miles an hour with a pace speed of 70. So, pit road, and I've seen it throughout the weeks and the races that I have been calling, pit road can be a danger spot. Will, they are going to have to be careful.
Marks coming off the track, you're at top speed, 190, 95, maybe 200 miles per hour, depending on where you are in the pack of the cars, and coming down to that, like you said, that 60 mile per hour speed to hit the commitment line. And we, like you've talked about, we have seen pit road be the great equalizer as far as minimizing your mistakes or people making mistakes. And you will see that cream rising to the top after they make those pit stops if we see them under green. Hopefully we do.
Yeah. We want to see green flag pit stops. We want to see these guys kind of, get on a level playing field. And we would like to see some separation. We don't want to see too much, but we would like to see some, to see what these guys are capable of doing. But before we get into the newcomers out here tonight qualifying, and before we get to Chad here, I know Tara Paff just joined us. Stephen Lane Keaton, A13, Kelly Hayward, and Brennan Kennedy is out there. We got 16 likes already. We haven't even really gotten started. Before we get into everybody in chat here tonight and all the thank yous and hellos, we're going to step aside here real quick and play the national anthem provided by Madison Rising because we ain't got no points to go down. So we will be right back with qualifying underway for the NASCAR Dave Busch Sim Racing Unleashed Cup Series Season 15 Round 1 opener here tonight. Hang tight. We'll be right back.
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching MaxspeedTV.
Alrighty, folks, we are back. Qualifying is underway here tonight, Will. And right now, the 13 of Kyle Heath up at the top spot. Merrick Whitehorn in second. Hunter Hayward, I'm already picking on him here tonight. Sorry, Kelly. I was picking on him, Will, before I even went live here this evening. So, but right now, sitting in third, Rick Adams in fourth, and Larry Blair fifth. And I don't know if Rick Adams is related to the other Adams in here tonight. That would be Jason. So I guess we'll find out. Kyle Heath, looks like Keith Hurlbutt, Will, just went up into the P2 position.
Yeah, we got the Adams family here tonight with us, so that's always great to see. Sorry, I had to make that pun, but yeah, good to see Kyle Heath out here racing with us. We didn't know if he was going to be here tonight or not, so great to see.
And Chris Paff. Oh, Joseph Kelsey. Kelsey. I don't know. Anyway, Joseph, the number 8.
I think it's Kelsey.
Yeah, I do too. He just went up into the top spot, knocking out Chris. 50 seconds to go here in qualifying. Now, Art Milne, I think that's how you pronounce. Yeah, Milne. I've seen that name before. He is out on track. Terry DeGay, last year, know him. He is out on track. Now, it looks like that is the only 2 right now left. Everybody else, though, is on pit road. Zach Deutscher, Kyle Munson, Jason Adams, Kevin Roy, Jim Coleman, Spurger, Michael Yarrow, Brandon Hartwell, Gomez, that's Mark Koshik, Robert Chiswick, and Byron Bartlett. So it looks like at about 10 seconds, looks like Terry is going to go pretty much at the tail end of the qualifiers here with a 54.43. There it is. Joseph, though, however, is going to grab the pole here this evening, and
it could be Art Milan, I think.
Milne. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, Milne. Milne is Milne, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. 10-4.
I don't believe Joseph is in Discord here, so we cannot interview him here tonight. So it looks like we will not get our first interview in here this evening due to Joseph not being here. But hey, we'll see if we can talk to him later on, toward maybe in the middle of the race or toward the end. We're going to get him down here on the grid for the first time here this evening, the MaxspeedTV starting grid. Joseph Kelsey up at the top spot with a 49.294. Congratulations to Joseph on the pole here for the first race of the season. Chris Paff going to be starting on the outside of him in second. Kyle Heath in third. Keith Hurlbutt in fourth. Ryan Messer fifth. Austin Slayers, that's what I call him, is Slayers, in that 6th spot. Merrick Watchhorn 7th. Paul Buzzcohen in 8th. Brandon Sheets 9th. And Larry Blair rounding out the top 10 in qualifying. Hunter Hayward there in 11th. Rick Adams in 12th. Robbie Darnell 13th. Zach Rongich 14th. And Jason Caveen rounding out the top 15. Art Milne in 16th. Jeff Gilmore 17th. Robbie Stewart in 18th. Michael Yarrow 19th. And Brandon Hartwell 20th. Cal Munson 21st. Zach Deutscher, nice to be back here and seeing Zach in 22nd. Byron Bartlett, 23rd. Terry DeGay, 24th. Kevin Roy, 25th. Jim Coleman, Spurger, a little disappointed. Not running my Folgers paint here tonight, so I'm going to pick on him too. He's going to start 26. Jason Adams, 27th. They are not related, folks. I was just confirmed on that. So, but Jason, he is going to start back here in 27th. Gomez, 28th. And Robert Chiswick, well, we should have known where he was going to start there, Will. Because that's where he always starts, usually, in the back, in 29th here tonight. So, hey, 29 drivers just start things off. Not a bad field.
Not a bad field at all. 29 strong, and like you said, Robert, he almost always starts in the rear. So sometimes that's a good place to start. You know, you can kind of just ride, conserve a little bit. Like you said, fuel mileage here this evening, 25, maybe 30. I don't think we'll see anybody really go beyond 30. So, yeah. Can't wait to see it. Daytona, racing at Daytona, Talladega, the new modern reconfigured Atlanta. It's more of a mental fatigue game.
Mental,
because,
really?
yeah,
I think
well,
mental is an understatement.
well, it's all about where you want to be, placing yourself in the right lane or the right spot, and just trying to keep yourself there the entire race, right, Joshua?
Well,
So,
yeah. I mean, you want to be consistent. You want to be behind drivers you can draft with, that you could work with. And you definitely don't want to lose that draft because, of course,
exactly.
You will end up going backwards and not forwards, and you want to go forwards. So,
Yeah, you want to stay up in this front pack. We have seen, in the past at plate races where you have a separation of different groups or packs that just want to ride around, conserve, and avoid the big one.
And we are fixing to get underway here for the first time tonight. The pace car is off into the safety of pit road. Here we go, folks. Buggity, buggity, buggity. We are underway here tonight for the NASCAR Dave Busch Sim Racing Unleashed Cup Series Season 15 opener, round number 1 here at Daytona, presented to you all by MaxspeedTV. And 100 laps here tonight. Of course, our stage 40 to 41. For everybody that is just tuning in here tonight, it's like Zombie Army 25 out there in chat. Glad to see you. Hit that like button. Man, 18 likes already. We haven't even completed one lap, Will.
Coming to the completion of lap 1 as they come out of turn number 4, we have about a 6-car breakaway at the front trying to break away, and all in single file, and it's everybody's jockeying back here or either trying to get in line one of the other. So,
man, a lot of single file already, though. Austin Slayer, 6th. Boy, he is falling back here to 12th. May not like what he's seeing up front.
I was going to say, just not really too much outside lane progression. Everybody's just dropping into the inside as soon as they can find a hole. And just not really a lot going early on in the outside lane. Only lap 2, and we see everybody just getting into just a single file progression here, early going.
Yep, single file. Maybe just trying to wind down the laps. They know it's 100 laps.
Oh, yeah.
So, get some laps wound down, maybe get to the stage or the first round of green flag pit stops potentially. And
then go race.
And then go race. Right now, it's just, kind of hanging on. So while they're doing that, let's kind of jump down into the track here and kind of go through the names again. We know a few of them veterans. We know some of them are coming from the Truck Series up to the Cup. A few probably even went from the Cup back to the Truck, but I don't keep up with any of that. So, however, a few names we are not familiar with is, I have seen him before, is the number 8 of Joseph Cossey here. Probably on a stream or something. He might have raced once or twice over here, but I am kind of sort of familiar with him. Merrick Watchhorn, however, I think he might be a newcomer here to the Cup Series.
Yeah, that's for sure. A name I have never seen as well either is Watchhorn in the 91 here. But he's up here in 4th position. He's holding strong, giving a good push to the back of that 16 machine. So,
Up Jason Caveen, they're in 10th in the 20. Well, I think we got a hiccup number here. 26 in the driver bar and 3 on the car. So it looks like, hey, can't have a round 1 race without hiccups, right?
Exactly. There's normally at least one.
At least one. So we can blame this one on Jason here tonight. But hey, another one that not familiar with. Kyle Munson, I'm not familiar with him, but glad to see him out here racing. Zachary Rogich is back with the guys here this year, so glad to see Zachary back. Looks like Byron Bartlett's back. Art Milne, I have seen Art before. Glad to see him back. And I think that might be it. I think everybody else is kind of veteran drivers. Larry Blair. Well, Rick Adams. Not seen Rick before, so glad to see Rick out here. A couple of rookies to the Cup. A couple of rookies probably to SRU in general.
Yes, indeed. Whenever you're kind of a rookie, whether it's to a newer series or even a new league, you kind of just want to bide your time, be patient, get a feel for how everybody else races, and then you can kind of, okay, go from there. You know,
Yeah.
you can kind of normally race how you would, race in any other series or league. That's how I always used to be, Joshua. Whenever I raced in leagues, I would join other leagues and kind of get a feel for them, how they raced, and then okay, well, I'll just go from there type of situation. So that's normally how it goes. Different people kind of do different strokes. So always different.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So it looks like Byron Bartlett at the tail end here back in 20 have kind of broke away. At the top 20 kind of breaking away from everybody else at about a second, a little over a second and a half. Art Milne, Larry Blair, Rick Adams, Kevin Roy, Jason Adams, Jim Coleman-Sperger. Still a little upset with you, Jim, but I'll forgive you tonight. There. So these guys all working together. Looks like Terry DeGay, Robert Chiswick hanging out back here working together. Gomez all by himself to start things off here tonight in the IBM 33. So he has lost the draft. He has lost. Well, he has no friends right now. I'll just say that.
And you need at least one or two partners to be in some type of group or draft, because going by yourself, you're only going about 180 miles per hour, maybe 185 if that. And you can see the speed that the leader is carrying. He's going 194, averaging that.
Yep.
So that's about a 10, maybe 15 mile per hour difference by yourself compared to being in a group of cars. So you always want to be with a few group of cars, like you see back there, like you said, about a top 20 separation, and then you have that other group that we talked about right before the green flag wave. You will see separation of some guys just being a bit more trying to stick around, keep their nose clean, and be there at the end, trying to stay out of all that trouble. Sometimes whenever you do that type of strategy or that situation, riding in the back, you never get what happens. All that chaos that you're trying to avoid,
Yeah.
it never rears its ugly head, Joshua. So sometimes that strategy is sometimes the wrong strategy, but then on the flip side, it will pay off for you if you do see all that chaos.
Yep. Looks like a couple of people out in chat here tonight. Dustin Workman, working on Hartwell. Yeah, Will, your mic is fading in and out, buddy. I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. Steven just mentioned that in chat. Pro B1 out there rooting on the number 3. We don't have a number 3 driver. We do have a 3 on the car. That would be Jason Kaveen. Supposed to be in the 26. That might be who you're talking about. But yeah, even Tara mentioned it there, Will. A lot of cutting in and out, a lot of static. Not sure exactly what's going on, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah. So hopefully it'll fix itself, but just kind of giving you, hey, hiccups for the first race, it'd be all right. We'll get through it. 11 laps
You know,
into the race, though, and Joseph has led, well, 10. We are on lap 11 here, and he's got Kyle Heath, Ryan Messer. Everybody's still, though, single file. These cars, though, I will say they can hold up a little bit better than the Xfinity car. That would be the B car. You get behind somebody for too long in the B car, about 4 laps is about all you can do. And you're going to have to get air into it. These Cup cars, they're a little bit more resilient. They can, you know, they can hold up to being behind. You being behind another driver a little bit longer, so.
Yeah, you could probably push, get right up on the back bumper, and push someone in these Cup cars for maybe about 4 laps, and then it might start to overheat on you. I think the Xfinity car is probably 2 or 3 laps, if that. So you do have to keep air to the front of these cars the best of your ability. You know, that beach ball effect that we're seeing now, these drivers being very conservative, very cautious, still in the early goings of this race, Joshua.
Yeah.
So probably that crunch time, maybe 20 to go or something like that, we will start to see more shoving and pushing. But at the moment, everybody being very conservative, keeping a gap. So
Right now, it's just more of a single file, so not really a whole lot going on. Gomez is on pit road already. Maybe he's not feeling it here tonight. I don't know. He come out here and looks like he pulled 12 laps and come down pit road. We're going to see here if he decides to come back out. Now, there are no fast repairs at all for these guys, and I think that says a lot about the single file is no fast repairs, take care of your car, and, you know, gung-ho toward the end of the race. Looks like Robert Chiswick did a little bit of blinking there, too, but we was, you know, kind of talking about staying behind a driver. I think these Cup cars can actually go a little bit more than 4 laps. The Xfinity can only go about 4, and they'll blow up. So,
probably about 6 or 8, something, maybe 10.
6 to 8, possibly 10. Well, I mean, we're seeing about 14 right now, and I don't think really anybody's backed off of one another, like peaked out. They've been giving each other plenty of, you know, room and a gap there, but as far as pulling out, letting like that air rush in, I really haven't seen that. Well, it looks like the 91 American Watchhorn did it there just for a split second and then right back down behind the 16. So it doesn't take apparently very long for these cars to cool off, and then they're right back behind that driver. Haley Williams out there rooting on Hayward.
Well, what I was talking about earlier, Josh, whenever you see that bump drafting, that tandem drafting, is kind of what I meant about, you know, they could probably push, you know, for maybe 6 to 8 laps until that engine temp, that water temp starts to really skyrocket. So then they would have to breathe. Right now, everybody just being conservative, like we talked about. Still, you know, that beach ball effect is really coming into play right now. Everybody, like we talked about, we're going to see at least 2 pit stops, maybe 3, with the fuel mileage this evening, so possibly 3.
Looks like, I think we're going to possibly see about 2 or 3 pit stops. We've got a couple of new paints out here, too. The 22 of Chris Paff rocking a Ghost paint. I don't know if that's the show Ghost or if that's, looks like Sour Patch. Oh, he's rocking some more candy out there here tonight. So, I'm going to have to try that just because he has it on his car. But Ghost.
There's also a band named Ghost, but I don't think, that's not, that's not the band.
That's not the band, no. And we've got...
No, I don't think so.
We've got to, of course, get on this paint right here. Termite Designs, Dave Bush. Right here, we're thinking of you, Dave, as always. Of course, sorry for those that are not Kansas City Chiefs fans. I am, and Keith is, and Dave Hunt is. So that's the most important thing right there. Right there, rocking a Kansas City paint. Like I said, we're thinking about you, buddy. Robbie Darnell. Hillsborough Three Company, rocking the Hillsboro out there. Of course, a big shout out to Robbie for having us back here on MaxspeedTV. And, of course, the rest of the admins over here as well. Guns N' Roses from the 51 here of Paul Buzz Cohen. So that would probably be my wife's favorite paint right there. We'll take a look at more paints here later on into the race. The 20 out there tuning in still yet, 18 likes, 2 shy from 20. Right now it's just single file, folks, not a whole lot going on at the present time. Looks like Larry Blair here, Will, is leading this group back here with Roy Adams, Coleman Spurger. These guys still all together. They're single file as well.
Yep, we're getting different groups as well. I want to say there was a group that was the Paul Cohen-led group was kind of trailing off the lead group just a tad bit. So about 3 different groups in play. Well, as we say that, Paul and his group has caught back up to the lead group. So, yep,
they're all right here together. Joseph Cossey still leading the field here, so got to go all the way back here to Jason Caveen at the tail end of the top 18, the 18 lead cars here. And Larry Blair, that second pack now, was the third pack, now the second pack, so we only got 2 packs. Just kind of leading this group back here, and they are all still pretty much in check of one another. Still Terry DeGay and Robert Chiswick. I think these two right here playing it smart. They're not really pushing the issue right now. Still way too early to do much of anything. So lap 20. So let's see here. We're about that 20 to go, 21 to go mark roughly before we get to the stage. White flag at 40 and the caution at 41. And they can go about 25 to 30 laps roughly. I've got it 25 to 30. It could possibly be even 25 laps. So,
yes, once you get these cars up to speed, that estimated fuel can drop rather quickly, Joshua, as we all know. So, like you said, it could just be 25 laps to the good. We're just going to have to keep on the edge of our seat in just a few more laps and wait and see when that actual pit number is. But everybody just biding their time until then. We do speculate and believe they're being a bit patient, I would have to say, for sure. So we do see a couple of drivers getting just a bit tight in this draft, though. They're kind of just almost washing up the track, but they're still able to just keep it tugged down on that bottom. So got to be very careful. You can get caught out in the draft here. Places like here at Daytona, Talladega, Atlanta, Michigan, depending on the car and also the setup. You know, Michigan can be a very draft-dependent track. So,
yeah, an auto club, the 2-mile auto club, not the new short track that they're turning that dadgum thing into, but the 2-mile auto club can be very draft dependent as well, depending on, you know, same as Michigan, the car, the setup, you know, a lot of it takes, what do you call it? It all has to come together.
Skill?
Yeah. So, I did see Benjamin Butler in chat here tonight too. Sorry, Benjamin, I did see you up there. Truck Series guys, he says give it to him. So. A big shout out to you for joining us in chat tonight. Why ain't you out here racing with the guys? That's my question. You know, you could be out here racing and not in chat, you know. Appreciate you being out in chat though, bud. We need to get Haley Williams and Tara. We need to get all the girlfriends and the wives and we need to get the girls out here one weekend and put on another powder puff race. I've called a couple of them myself, and I tell you one thing, man, it is fun to watch the girls go around the track.
I bet it is. I have never got to call one of those races. That would be something pretty spectacular to watch, I can imagine.
Yeah, I wouldn't put them on a short track, though, due to the fact, that it can be pretty hectic. But, Talladega, Daytona, one of the bigger tracks, let them go out there and have fun, And that could be something maybe we could do over here at SRU. And, of course, I'll talk to Robbie, and I'm sure Robbie will listen to it. But looks like we have some drivers down pit road here. Robert Chiswick decided to dive off to the pit road here. Oh, he's blinking too. That might be the reason why he's on pit road. But we are on lap 25 here, Will. So that window is definitely open now for potential green flag pit stops before the stage. They can, man, it's... I think it's definitely going to be...
A lap down.
Pardon?
I was saying Terry Duguay going a lap down.
Yep, Terry went a lap down. I believe he... Okay, yeah, he...
Partnered with Robert. So he lost his partner whenever Robert pitted.
Yeah, and Robert has taken it behind the wall. Gomez is behind the wall already. We've lost 2 drivers. But let's see if Terry can find him a hole here behind somebody and stay in that draft. Of course, if nobody else goes a lap down, we get that stage caution. Terry will be back on the lead lap, so that will help out Terry, I would say, in the longer run. But he's gonna have to get up to the back bumper of somebody in order to, not go another lap down. You don't want to go 2 laps down, that's for sure.
No, never 2 laps down. One's almost in that, as long as no one else is a lap down, like you talked about, that's fine. But 2 laps down, that is almost a whole, depending on how the cautions may fall, you just can never get out of. So Jamie McMurray one year, I think it was at Talladega, he was 6 laps down and came back to finish on the lead lap. So it can be done. It is quite possible to recover, but once you get stuck in a hole, it is hard to dig yourself back out. As lap 27, we should be expecting these drivers to bring it down pit road in the next, either this lap or the next coming couple. So
yeah, we're kind of just waiting on them here to
yep.
See when they do mosey on down pit road. They're going to have to be careful, though. Pit road only 60 miles an hour. They're running at about, Jason Caveen back here just hit 199 down into turn 1. So, in the draft, definitely going to, pick up some speed. Joseph Cossey up front. Now, he's going to have to be on the loud pedal. He's pushing right now to 195. Well, he just hit 196, 7, 98. So he's up there close to 200 as well. The lap 28 here, we're coming out of turn number 4 now.
Still no pit takers in this front battle group here. So I could imagine that a lot of these guys have probably just been saving, conserving. We have seen some of them, like the race leader and the 8 car going probably full throttle, no doubt. But for the most part, yep, Larry. Oh man, Larry getting all he can get coming into the pits.
Larry down, Adams down, Jim down, Byron down, Kevin Roy down, Art down, the other Adams down. That is Rick. They are all down pit road here. This backpack here kind of changing some things up a little bit. Everybody else stayed out that lap, and
still staying out.
They're still staying out, it looks like. Wow, man, they are trying to get every little bit they can out of this. We got a battle back here, Jason Caveen and Kyle Munson. So a pretty good battle back here for 17th between these two. Of course, Jason Caveen running the 3 Wrangler on the cars, 26 in the driver bar. Let's make sure we let everybody know who that is. Still 17 out there tuning in, and 18 likes, man. That 18 likes shot up before we even went live tonight. And here we go, our leaders coming down pit road.
Oh, we got one missing the pits.
Yes.
Oh, that's Paul Cohen in the 51.
Oh, Buds off in the grass here. Now he went around that cone, so that's an unsafe pit entrance.
So that will either be another drive-through and maybe a hold in the pit box before he can exit.
Yep, he is in his pit box here, but Kelsey, Heath, Messer, Watchorn, Rongich, Darnell, Cohen, Deutscher, and Munson all down pit road here, and Brandon Sheets.
He does not leave as the leader. I think Heath got out first out of that group.
And here comes that last group down pit road here too, Will.
Yes, this is part of the lead group that didn't pit with the initial leaders the last lap by, so the final 6 cars here.
So Sheets, Paff, Hurlbutt, Gilmore, Stewart, Robbie Stewart, Michael Yarrow. And it looks like Kyle Heath is, I believe he did beat everybody out, but
And he is all by himself.
Yes, he is. Now, Hunter Hayward is coming up on him, so I think we will see these two get connected together. If not, we'll see them get, together with other drivers that are out there. But Kyle is coming. Chris Paff is trying to get back onto the track, as well as Jeff Gilmore. And they are going to enter the track on the backstretch here. Looks like Robbie Stewart coming back out.
Oh, we've got a car in the grass exiting pit road, too. On right before you get to the, I guess that was Paul trying to get up to speed. Must have broke traction.
It might have been, it might have been Buzz here, but looks like everybody's all right. No yellows so far.
And we are still green 32 laps into this race, Joshua.
Yes, we are, yep. And right now, Chris Paff leading the way. I'm sure Tara out there is happy. She's probably going to tell me to hush here in a minute. Jeff Gilmore right behind him. Hunter Hayward, they're in third. He's got a group behind him. Rongich, Hartwell, and Darnell all right here together. You got 4 cars right here together compared to 2. I think Hunter Hayward and company is going to catch Chris and Jeff here pretty quickly.
Oh, no doubt about it. 4 is normally better than 2, so especially with how they're lined up back there.
Yeah, here they come. Lap 30.
What happened to Kyle? Kyle Heath.
He's
what
still
happened?
out there. He's back in 10th right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
My apologies.
Yeah, he's still out there. Yep. So Hunter Hayward did take over the lead from Chris Paff. So Hunter, Zachary, and Brandon Hartwell, that's the top 3 now. Chris back to 4th, Gilmore and Darnell. So we got now 6 cars right here getting together. The top 6, Joseph Kelsey in the 8, Ryan Messer, the 16, and Merrick Watchorn right here, right behind them. They're trying to catch up to the back end of the 44. But right now, 6 cars right here in the front. Green flag pit stops really kind of separated the group. I wouldn't say it separated the men from the boys, but it did separate the group here.
Well, pitting, green flag scheduled pit stops, like we talked about, always the great, equalizer whenever it comes to getting on and off pit road, making the least mistakes as possible, no mistakes if you really can try your hardest, not to make those mistakes. So we did see a few drivers make those mistakes that we talked about trying to avoid. So
yep, looks like Rick Adams just went a lap down here as the leaders got around.
So lots of separation here. We got 6 cars Up, broken away after the green flag scheduled stops here.
Yep, about 6 cars. Yeah, they're going to be coming up on, it looks like the 15 here of Art Milne. Yep, Art's going to go a lap down, but they're going to be coming up on that that stage here momentarily. And if nobody else goes a lap down, then Art will be the lucky dog. I think what Art needs to do is catch up to the tail end of the 44, get right behind him. But the 14 of Terry DeGay got to go another lap down. That's going to be 2 laps for Terry. But it's still a long way to go. We ain't even halfway here tonight, folks. So, you know, a lot of these guys that are going, you know, a couple of laps down or even a lap down, you know, it's still in their realm of possibilities to get back on the lead lap and win it. You know, I've seen a driver not even he misses the grid. He has internet issues. He goes 7 laps down. So we're like 7 laps into the race when he finally gets on track. So he stays 7 laps down. Over the course of the race, he gets all 7 of his laps back, and he comes back and wins the race. So it can happen. I think that was...
for sure.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Josh.
No, that was my brother actually helped me call that race, to be honest with you.
Where was that at? Like iRacing Super Speedway or?
It was. I think it was OP race. It was a Saturday Super Speedway League. I do know that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, those races I tune in sometimes. Those races, man, they are fun to watch.
They are fun, but man, they can be long. But man, OP, just like SRU, man, they put on a show, and you know, a little bit spread out right here tonight, but we're going to get stacked up here in about a couple of laps coming down to the stage here. White flag will be coming up this time by.
Now we see Chris Braff. He's already trying to make some moves here, trying to figure out where he might try to position himself. White flag for the stage at the stripe.
Yep. White flag coming up, and right there it is. Now, of course, I pressed that button. So that's on my end. They can't see that, but we all know it is the white flag. So the next time by, they will throw a yellow for the stage.
And what does Rongich do? Rongich, okay, he makes a move to pass Hunter here. What a move he makes, but nobody's going to be able to go with him.
Oh, 3 wide up front. Wow.
Look at this racing right now, coming to the green checkered.
Yep. Oh, Jeff Gilmore getting loose. Robbie making a move to the outside. Who's going to get the stage? Oh, Robbie Darnell got it at the line. There it is. Wow. What a stage finish.
And is that just a tease for what is to come at the end of this race, Joshua? Is that how the end of this race is going to look?
Man, oh man.
Just kind of leave us speechless in the middle of this race, why don't you guys? Come on.
And you know, all it took was 1 lap. Robbie, wow. Jeff, a big shout out to all of them. Robbie, Jeff, Chris, Hunter, everybody out there. Green flag. Moves made at the right time. Oh, golly. Yeah, I don't know what to say now.
You almost kind of think that Rongich almost went for that move a bit too early, but that's kind of the move that he thought he had to make at the time. So you got to almost have to respect it because, you know, Daytona it's a bit shorter than Talladega, just by a wee bit. Yeah. So that front straightaway is not as long, and also that start finish line being where it is here at Daytona in that tri-oval. You know, you normally want to try to make your move somewhere down the back straightaway, hopefully before you get into turn 3. So, But man, what an epic finish
Yeah,
to the stage here.
that was an epic stage fight there. Congratulations to Robbie Darnell on grabbing the first stage win of the season in Race 1 for the NASCAR Dave Busch Sim Racing Leash Cup Series. I'm sure I don't know what Robbie's thinking, but we'll get him up here in just a minute. I do assume they're going to come down pit road here. So we're going to let them make their pit stops here, maybe. We'll see what Robbie does. Right now, he's still out on track. So, maybe.
Yeah, we could assume everybody's going to come down, top off the rest of the tank, and especially now get a set of Goodyear Eagles here, because I don't think too many people probably took tires on that green flag pit stop, Joshua. Probably just a splash of gas to get to the finish.
Yeah, more than likely. I mean,
what they needed to get to the finish.
Yeah, more than likely. I don't think anybody took tires due to the fact that, you don't use up tires. Fuel is your main concern, but we're going to get Robbie down here real quick and have a word with him tonight. And Robbie Darnell, buddy, it just took one lap, and as Will is saying, y'all are already leaving us speechless out here tonight, man. Stage winner. Talk about it, man. What a move. Talk about that move you made there.
I was actually trying to push Jeff to the stage win, and I kind of lost the nose on my car, and when he went down, it just like set it free, and the car went sailing. So, sometimes things work in your favor.
Oh, that one did. So, we still got a long race to go, coming up on the halfway mark here at about 7 laps or so, but still a long race yet to go. You already got the bonus points, here tonight, but you guys are racing it up. How's the car feel tonight? First race of the season. How's the nerves?
Well, that was probably a bad time to, well, it was a good time, but the wrist is still a little numb from break that I had earlier this year, but it was a lot of fun. The car handled great. Like I said, the only time I had any kind of issue with handling is when I was right behind Jeff, and I was trying to push him up to the stage win, and then when he'd come down and my car just did its own thing, and it was a lot of fun. I don't know how close we were, but we got a great group of guys in this league this year, and everybody's running clean, and I appreciate what they're doing.
Yep, and of course the name change this season. Still SRU, but throwing in one of the longtime, admins here of Dave Busch. We all miss him. He's, I talked to him earlier before we went live, so, we're all thinking about him. But, you guys are getting set, ready to go. You're going to restart back here at around that 5th spot, so you're going to be kind of mired in some traffic here, buddy. So good luck down there. See what happens. Still a long way to go. Good luck, man.
10-4, man. We're going to put on a show if we can.
All righty. All right. Well, that is Robbie Darnell grabbing, wrong button, grabbing the first stage here tonight. And we are going to get set coming to lap 45 here this evening. So we are going to be about 6 laps to the halfway mark. Now, I do expect these guys probably go back single file, maybe wind down some more laps, maybe get to that next potential green flag pit stop. So we'll see kind of what happens here. Heck, they may go 4 wide for all we know. I don't know. But Hunter Hayward, he's going to be getting us going here tonight with the 21 of Zach Deuscher to his outside. Chris Papp, Brandon Hartwell, stage winner Robbie Darnell, Zachary Rongich, Jeff Gilmore, America Watchorn, Keith Hurlbut, Ryan Messer rounding out the top 10 here. Coming to the restart and after the stage. Well, Will, why don't you get us going this time around, coming out of turn number 4 here momentarily?
Yes, sir, Joshua. Lights are out on the pace car, like you said, working our stage break here, getting done with it. Hunter Hayward, like you said, going to lead us back to the green. How racy are these guys going to be? Are we just going to kind of see them get to that next pit window and then get all racy. What a stage finish like we talked about. We're going to see these guys in the bottom. They're very much lined up, ready to go. Outside doesn't look to be as lined up, so green flag back out in the air. You're going to see a big push here from Chris Praff going and trying to give it to Hunter Hayward there, but big wiggle from Robbie as he's trying to get back in line in that third spot. Now moving on up. Zachary Rongich in that 38. Bass Pro Shops machine.
Yep.
Trying to be up front all night long. He's really having a good run at it at the moment.
Yes, he is. When you said moving on up, it made me think
Brandon
of a
Hartwell.
song. Moving on up.
Yep.
Ooh, 3 wide back here. Wow.
Yeah, Hartwell kind of got nudged out of line, I do believe, by Cossey in the 8. Or maybe just an aerodynamic disturbance possibly, and he just kind of walked it up the track, so he's kind of fallen back a little bit.
Yeah, just a smidge, Still a little bit, still a long way to go. But man, Joseph, yeah, man, look at that. He has got the. Oh, who is that right behind him? That is the. Trying to find out who that is behind him. The 91 of Merritt? Yeah, that's Merritt Botchorn right on his bumper. Golly.
Yeah, they are locked together in a tandem, kind of like we were talking about earlier. If we were able to see it more earlier in the race, but right now they are really got a good tandem going.
Yes.
Got help from the 16.
And it looks like the 8 is going to get back up front. Joseph Cossey back up front. Man, look at the top 3 go. Ooh, 16 of Ryan
Yeah,
Messer.
they've really got...
Oh, man. Happy birthday, Bub. Yep, my brother's birthday today.
Merritt's
so.
looking low.
Yep.
And Cossey shut the door on him. Happy birthday to brother.
Yep, my brother's birthday is today, 41.
He's moving on up there, too. Man, they are really doing pretty good work here. This 8 and 91, these 2 lead cars taking the lead away from Hunter Hayward,
I wonder if they're
Merritt,
teammates.
and Joseph. That's a good question, but the way that Merritt, he tried to take the lead away from him, I think Joseph's in a Chevrolet, and I think Merritt is in a Toyota. So if they are teammates, they're not manufactured teammates, but just maybe good friends, if so.
Well,
but they're working well together.
Yeah, you are correct on the manufacturer. Joseph is in a Chevy, and the Toyota's right behind him with Merrick. So yeah, not we only got it looks like 3 Fords. Well, we did have 5 Fords out here. We've only got 3 left. Well, hey, Ford's not having a very good night. Right now, we'll see if that changes. A lot of Chevys out here, though. Man, there's a lot of Chevys. And my brother said you're fired after that little comment you made about him moving on up, too.
Well, in November, I'll be moving up, too. I turned the big 3-0 in November, so.
I'll be 38 in December at the end of the year.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch you.
Looks like Joseph, man. Joseph's on a rail. Now, did Joseph come from one of the other series from SRU, or?
That's a good question.
His name sounds very familiar. He's not a pro driver, is he?
No, I don't think so. We both could be mistaken.
I don't think he is. He doesn't have the pro license, so. But I don't think that makes a difference. See, I don't know how all that works. I do know we're at lap 50. Coming to lap 51, though. I do know that.
So halfway, and only caution is due to the stage break. So in a way, caution free.
In a way, caution free. It looks like John Black has joined us out there tonight. A big shout out to John. Brendan Kennedy, I think I said your name too. So Nope, 6:45 on Sundays, 6:45 on Wednesdays. I got 2 early leagues that I do now, so I love the early leagues. You get it in, you get it out, you get it done, and then you can go to bed. And then do it all again the next week.
Exactly.
Lot of single file at the halfway mark here tonight, folks. I think we can go ahead and... Oh! Byron Bartlett by himself on the outside line. Oh, now he's...
Excellent power move, getting some good side draft, and Robbie takes a look up top, but I think Robbie might have thought he had a little bit more help with him, but I think these two are going to go back to, almost had a moment.
Yeah, it looks like Byron is going to get around. Looks like Robbie and Kyle getting hooked up with the 43 there of Austin. Well, Austin's going to go low now. So let's see what Austin Slayers does. I call him Austin Slayers. Running the Harpoon Design developmental program for Brantley Roden out there. Big shout out to Brantley. We always do. I don't know if he is out there watching right now, but always a big shout out to you there, brother. And Robbie Darnell on the outside with Kyle Heath.
Mind you, this is a 13-car breakaway up front here.
Yep. Back here to Byron Bartlett. And then we got Kyle Munson, Jason Kaveen, Brandon Hartwell, Kevin Roy, Brandon Sheets, Jim Coleman-Sperger, Art Milne, Michael Yallrow at the tail end here. So a good, kind of a 3, 6, 7, 8 car field. Oh, we got our first yellow here tonight. No, and it's going to be a big one. Oh!
It is huge.
It is going to be a big one. Not what we wanted to see at all.
You see Kyle Heath and Robbie, they're getting back up here to the front. They're organized, and it looks like some guys came up off the bottom to get in front of them. And
yeah, I'm trying to watch it here and see what. Oh, right there it was. Robbie gave Ryan a push here and upset it, Ryan, I think, here just a tad bit. Yeah, it looks like Robbie got into that left or that right rear of the 16. He was trying to give him a shove, and right there it was. And it's going to affect several cars out here tonight. Man, oh, man. Well,
Robbie's going to ricochet down into Rongich here, into the bottom line.
It looks like, 38.
Gilmore.
Yep, 57. Gilmore. Looks like Kyle Heath. Let me get a bigger view of this here and see if we can find out everybody that was actually involved. Man. Well, I got to say.
Deutsch is able to turn down. It almost looks like he saw this coming, and he's able to turn down and avoid it all. He goes through the grass, but...
Yeah, it looks like the 19 is... the 43 was coming down, too, but the 19 was right there. Everybody just tried to dodge the wreck. So Keith Hurlbutt and Austin going to kind of get connected together. Austin's going to go across the grass, but he didn't hit the wall. Man, but some drivers unfortunately did, and there are no fast repairs either. So they're going to have to get it fixed. Trevor, I am not even going to attempt to pronounce your last name there, but glad to have you in chat.
I'll give it a shot. Kopowitz? No, okay, yeah, I butchered that.
Yep, not even going to do it.
Yep. Back to not doing it.
All right. Well,
thank you, Kevin.
Off of pit road is going to be Joseph first, Hunter Hayward, Merrick, Chris, Jeff, Kyle. So we got a battle of the Kyles. Kyle Heath and Kyle Munson. Jason Kaveen, Keith Hurlbutt, Jim Coleman-Sperger, Brandon Hartwell, Brandon Sheets. A battle of the Brandons. Michael Yallrow, Zach Deuscher, Art Milne, Byron Bartlett, Larry Blair, Jason Adams, Zachary Rongich. That's going to round out the drivers off of pit road as of right at the moment. Kevin Roy coming back out now.
He's changed numbers too. He's in the 77 this season.
Yeah, he was in the
The 12.
12. Yeah. Oh, he see, he's in the 77. That was Whitley's number.
Yeah.
Yep. Because Gary Slapinski, who is not here tonight, I didn't know if he was going to race with the guys or not. He was 78. So, because he had 77, 78 right there, you know.
Mm-hmm. So
I remember their numbers. Trevor Copperhead. Nah. I'm not even going to attempt it. Well, that was, man, that was some hard racing out there. How about we pull up our first interview? How about we get Kyle Munson down here? Kyle Munson, Bud, Joshua Medlock, and Will in the booth. Man, talk about it. Good racing down there. I know you guys are fixing to go back green here, but, man, talk about it. How's your race going for you?
So far, my car's been pretty good. Just trying to hang out and just not get tied up in any unfortunate incidents. So,
Yeah.
Just trying to stay clean.
Yeah, no, no fast repairs with these guys. So y'all, if you get damaged, you gotta either get it fixed or get ready for next week. So
exactly.
That's kind of gotta play it safe as much as you can. But a lot of got first race jitters out there, I'm sure. But hey, a great racing so far out here tonight. Let's hope that the don't breed what that tends to happen.
Yeah, for sure. So just trying to keep it clean for the rest of the race, and then be there at the end, and hopefully be in position to win it.
All righty, Kyle. We'll let you get back to it, buddy. In the number 40 here this season. Kyle, good luck, man.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, our first interview, our first official interview with the caution here. We had our first official interview with, of course, our pole sitter and then our stage winner. So we did have 3 here tonight, and we'll see if we can, if we're going to have a few more. Oh, man, let's hope cautions don't breed cautions. Man.
Well, I do believe we're going to need at least maybe a pit stop, because I don't think we're going to be able to go to the green from here.
Well, let's see
So,
here. 56, 66, 76, that's 20. 56, 60, 76, 86, that'll be 30. Oh, yeah, they're gonna they're gonna need at least one, at least. Here we go. Pace car's off to the safety of pit road. The 40 of Kyle Munson back there blinking a little bit. Green. Back out here tonight for the NASCAR Dave Busch Sim Racing Unleashed Cup Series Season 15 opener, round number 1 at Daytona here tonight. And everybody just now trying to find, either that inside line or the outside line, somebody to work with. We got Hunter Hayward on the outside here with Jeff Gilmore on his tail.
is everybody still going to his caution? Are they going to try to file in line after a lap? We're going to see that, how racy they were. They were. So
Yeah,
are we still going to keep seeing that?
Yeah, Will, you're still cutting out really, really bad whenever you talk. I don't know what's going on. Might be your
I don't
mic.
know.
It's all staticky and all choppy. I'm hearing it myself. I don't know what the deal is. I was just letting you know, man. Joseph Cossey is back up front while he tries to figure out what's going on. Chris Paff right on his tail. Kyle Heath, Jason Caveen, Jim Colemansberger. Yeah, you're not the only one here hearing it, bub. We've already had a few out there that was talking about it as well. So.
I don't know why it's acting up tonight. It never gives me any problems in any of the other broadcasts I do. So
yeah, you'll be able to hear it if you go back and listen. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is either. I mean, I'm not dropping any frames or anything. It's not my end.
right, I understand.
Yeah, it looks.
I just don't know what it could be on my end. I really don't.
I have no idea either. I'm at a loss for words myself. We'll get through it, though. So on the outside, that is Jason Caveen, 3 on the car, but 26 in the driver bar. That is Hunter Hayward behind him. There's the 2 of Brandon Sheets. Oh, contact 3 wide, and I don't know how in the world they saved that. Wow.
Just an epic save.
Yeah.
No other words to describe that.
That was crazy. That did send Kyle Munson and Zach backwards, but it looks like Zachary Rogic is going to get even sent back further. Now behind the, let's see, behind the 3 of Robbie Stewart. Yep, looks like
he just never could get a hole.
Yeah, it looks like Rick Adams taking his car behind the wall here tonight too. He just took it behind the wall.
These guys still pretty racy up here, even though that caution kind of gave some damage to some or kind of strung out the field a little bit. You know, others having to just fight out their damage perhaps. But look at Jason Cavett. Oh, he's in the wall.
Yep, he's in the wall, and they're trying to get around him. It looks like he's going to pull in front of the 43.
Hunter Haywood getting a big push there from the 91.
Yep. Now Hunter up front. 91 of Merrick Watchhorn. They're both going to go down to the inside. The 8 kind of getting strong in the center here. And as I was saying, Jason Caveen pulling it. Looks like the 43 there of Austin kind of backed off a little bit to let him in. And so now it looks like Jason up right up ahead of the 43. The 9 right behind them of Byron Bartlett. Man, they are still, whoa, sheets. Hang on to it there, brother, buddy.
Tell you what, Joshua, if I'm a lead car and if I'm being pushed, I want that pusher to be that 91 of Merrick. He is doing a fantastic job. Whoever he's been pushing, whether it's been Hunter Hayward there or it's been Cossey right behind him, he's been doing a tremendous job pushing these guys, whoever he's been having to push. So just he knows what he's doing here at Daytona, that's for sure.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be one of the guys to watch as a pusher throughout the season. Maybe he's trying to set himself up for maybe a late race move to bring it home in a victory lane. We don't know what Merrick is thinking. He's right now sitting in second, started 7th, just outside of the top 5. And like you said, though, every driver he's pushed him up to the front. So we'll see what he can do and what he can do out front. He hasn't been out front yet. But the top 3 right here, man, nose to tail. Golly, man, that number 91.
What a great trio they were doing up here. Great work.
Yep, Hunter Hayward, Merrick, and Joseph. Chris Paff even right behind them, too. You got a train of cars. Look who it is. Jim Coleman'sberger from 46th to 6th. So he has made his way up into the top 10. Let's see, looks like Zach Deutscher's made his way into the top 10 as well. He started in 22nd. He's running in 9th. Jason Caveen in 10th there. Byron Bartlett in 11th. A lot of movers. We have had 4 goers, unfortunately, here tonight. Rick Adams, Paul Buzz Cohen, Robert Chaswick, and Gomez. Mark Koshik. However, coming to lap 65 here, this time by, it's Hunter Hayward out front.
Yeah, Hayward still leading this field. Chris Praff, he's got Kyle Heath right behind him. So, and Jim Coleman'sberger's behind Kyle. So those 3 we've known in the past, they can work pretty well together if need be. So they might look to make a move at some point to get around the front trio. I don't see why they wouldn't.
Well,
except, for the point that they just got to ride, to
Yeah.
get to that final pit stop, like we talked about, then they could possibly make that move.
if you're one of the veteran drivers out here with some of the newcomers out here, as a veteran driver, now this is just totally my opinion, so you can either take it or leave it. As a veteran driver, if I would try to get hooked up with another veteran driver. You already got the experience racing around one another. So get hooked up together and try to get yourself in a position to win. Now, that's not taken away from the rookies out here tonight because they're just putting on a fantastic show and be like, hey, we can come out here and, we could race it up with you guys just as good. Merrick and Joseph is showing that up right now, being up, second and third. He's got a bunch of veterans behind him. Chris, Kyle, Jim, Austin's second season here, so he's not really considered a rookie anymore. So I would throw him out being a veteran driver. We got Brandon Sheets, Zach Deutscher. A lot of these drivers back here they've raced around one another season after season, so they know what can and can't be done.
Exactly, and kind of like what we were talking about earlier, whenever you maybe join a new league or you get to be brought up into the Cup Series, like you said, they have they have a truck, Xfinity, and different series to race in. So, you can bring different drivers up through that progression of ladder, or, you can allow other drivers to come into your league. And like we talked about earlier, you kind of, if you're kind of a newcomer, you always want to get a feel for how those other drivers in that league race.
Yeah.
At least that's how I did. So once you get a feel for them, bam, then go race with them, and try to earn the respect and trust of those fellow racers, those competitors in that league, and maybe they will try to help you, as long as they're also going to help themselves, right? So if they see that you know what you're doing, and they can see that you can be a good pusher, or you can hold a pretty wheel. That's kind of all that some people want to see, is just you hold a steady line,
yep.
Right? So that's what we've seen a lot of drivers do here tonight, just holding a pretty wheel.
Yep, it looks like Byron Bartlett. I've seen him starting to fall back here, and that is exactly what's happening. He has fallen back. Not going to be able to get it down in front of Jeff Gilmore there in the 57. So Jeff is going to go to the inside of him. Here comes the 25 of Brandon Hartwell. Zachary Rogic. Whoa, see, the 9 did try to come down. Who is that coming off of pit road? That is Robbie Darnell. Looks like Robbie.
No, Robbie.
Yeah, it looks like Robbie Stewart is on pit road here, too. He's been on pit road for a little over 3 minutes. But lap number 70, they are about 15 laps into this run, so they still got about 10 to 15 more laps to go before they get into that that window for pit stops. Now, we're going to see them come down lap, 25 or 75 or 80 to put them, definitely there to finish the race. Now, we're at 30 to go right now, so definitely a possibility within 5 to 10 laps we're going to see these guys start coming down pit road.
They are running the fastest that they have been running all evening long here. As you see Hunter Hayward being pushed into turn 1, he was topping out at just over 200 miles per hour. So
that's fast.
It is definitely fast. There's no telling how quick Jim Coleman'sberger was actually going. He could have been bicycling the pedals, to not actually getting into the back of Kyle Heath, perhaps going into turn 1 the last lap prior. So riding on board with him now, getting his telemetry. So at the start-finish line, about 196, he's probably just working the pedal, just trying not to run over Kyle in front of him.
Yeah, I think he's kind of throttling it a little bit. I don't even think he's full throttle. If he was full throttle, he'd be back up on the back bumper of that 13.
Most definitely, Joshua. So he is for sure maybe conserving a lap or two of gas, just like we talked about, just working that pedal.
Now, I don't know if we can see it. Let's go cockpit here with Jim. I don't think we can see his pedal. Now we can't see his pedal throttle. That'd be kind of cool if we could, but no, he is not on. He is not full throttle. You can hear him kind of pushing it in and out. So
See that bar gauge right there on the digital dash. That is basically his RPMs.
yeah,
How and you also see the RPMs right above the gear as well. So, but they are most definitely running the fastest laps that they've been running all race long at this current time. No doubt about it. I do believe.
yeah. I'm still mad at him though.
Well, hey, I'm kind of mad about not the Folgers, but it's still like a classic Tide paint scheme type of thing. So
It's a beautiful paint. I will give him that. It is a beautiful paint.
like we talked about before we went live, he keeps trying to.
Larry Blair has taken his car behind the wall. Oh no, and I don't know what happened to Larry. I really can't look, but yeah, he is out of the race. He's called it a night. Well, shoot.
I don't know if Larry was involved in that big scrimmage on the back straightaway or not, but we do know Robbie was. So Robbie could have came down earlier, just a few laps ago, like you talked about, to maybe repair some more damage. He could have just been fed up with how the car was handling and had to bring it down, repair it. So
Yeah, man, oh man, a tough break. Yeah, number 11 trying to, if it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be tied. My brother out there in chat here tonight cracking jokes. And yeah, that one save was amazing. Yeah, we had a few of them, we had one a couple of nights ago. Well, last night actually, we had an amazing save. It was almost a car started to spin, got sideways, and another car was in the right spot at the right time, and it straightened up that car that was going around, and there was no yellow. So it was an amazing race as well.
as we see here, lap 75, so 25 laps to go now, Joshua, and we have a big group of cars still in this lead draft.
Yep, let's get one more look at who we got up in this pack here. Hunter Hayward, Merrick Watchorn, Joseph Kelsey, Chris Paff, Kyle Heed, Jim Coleman-Spurger, Austin Slayers, Brandon Sheets, Zach Deutscher, Keith Hurlbutt, Kyle Munson, Michael Yarrow, Jason Caveen, Jeff Gilmore, Zachary Rogich, and then going back a little bit further here, Byron Bartlett, Art Milne, Brandon Hartwell, Jason Adams, Kevin Roy, and Ryan Messer rounding out the top 21 drivers on the lead lap as well. And it looks like Ryan Messer is going to go a lap down here as the leaders come around. And I also want to take another look here at that paint here, if I can find it, of that of the number 19 here, painted by, of course, Termite Designs, Dave Bush. Can't get enough of that paint right there, though. That is for sure. He is coming up quickly on that 21 machine of Zach Deutscher. But they are all still single file, waiting on the last round of pit stops, Will. We are still waiting for these guys to come down.
So anywhere between now to maybe lap 85, Joshua, is when we should see these drivers make their final pit stop to get that tank of fuel filled completely up. Oh, Byron Bartlett coming down right now.
Yep. Man, he's coming down by himself, too. I don't know if that's a smart idea. Unless he comes down now, and then there's a few more that come down this time around, because they can make it from here to the end. So
Most definitely.
Coming to lap 79 next time by. We're going to see what Hunter does. Nope, Hunter not coming down. Doesn't look like anybody back here in the top 13 coming. What about back here with Jason? Nope. Jason, Kaveen, Zachary, and Art. Nope, doesn't look like any. Well, let's see what Art and Brandon does here. Doesn't look like they're coming down either. So, all right. Well, I'm not coming down that time. You're bleeding through again for some reason. There we go. Nope. All right, there we go. Oh, man, oh, man. Oh, Byron Bartlett has taken his car behind the wall, Will. He is done for the evening. So we are down to 22 drivers.
Did I fix it again?
Pardon?
Did I fix it?
Sounds like it.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds like it. All right, well, lap 80, so the next time by will be at the 20 to go mark. Out of turn number 2 here on the back stretch, and a long train of cars all the way back here with the 57 Jeff Gilmore. So the top 13 right here together. And Hunter Hayward has led 28 laps here tonight. Merrick has not led any yet. But the way Merrick has been pretty much, you know, up toward the front, I wouldn't put it past Merrick to make a move later on. Joseph Cossey has led 44 laps here, the top 3 pretty much, you know, right here as well. Chris Paff has led 3. Kyle Heath as well looking to lead a few laps. He is in 5th. So still a long way to go, but a short time to get there. 20 to go here tonight.
I tell you, Merrick, he has really been trying to put himself in the best position possible all race long. You almost think either second or third. You almost don't really want to be the leader nowadays like you can, but it's so easy. It's so easy just to get kind of bumper swiped out of the lead. So, where do you actually want to be?
Well, you know, with them having to come down pit road here, man, that number 91 rubbing all over the back end of the 48, but Hunter keeping it straight. So that is, that's a good thing. But, man, that 91 of Merrick, he is, man, the top 3 right there, bumper to bumper, literally. You couldn't put a piece of paper between them two. They were so close.
Nope, not even a rolling
pit
paper.
stops. Here we go. Rongich is out. Jason Kaveen's out. Art Milne is out. Brandon Hartwell is out. They came down pit road. I missed it, but they are coming back out onto the racetrack here. So they are pit stops are starting to pick up.
So we should be expecting this lead group of cars here, this big lead pack, to be pitting in the next few laps, handful of laps here, just shortly at some point.
Well,
as they're going to work their way around the 16 and 38.
Zachary Rongich in the 38, and 16 is Ryan Messer, who just went one more lap down. Rongich is the first driver a lap down right now. Still in this mess as the lead pack is trying to get around them. But lap car is playing a factor here. 17 laps to go. Hunter Hayward up front.
Yeah, the first 4 were able to get around those 2 back markers there. At the moment, they're back markers because, you know, they're in the back of the field. But Kyle Heath and Jim not able to get around them, so they're just going to have to fall in line at the moment. So we have 2 lappers up here amongst this big lead group.
Yep, Zachary Rongich, and that also was the 16 of Ryan Messer. Yeah, they're kind of mired in between the lead pack. But see, the lead pack still has to pit. So
Oh, yes.
Zachary Rongage did pit, so he's kind of sitting in a pretty good spot, and he's in the line. So once everybody around him pits, he's good to go to the end. He won't have to worry about it. Of course, he'll have to, get back on the lead lap. But right now, I mean, I'd say he's sitting in a pretty good spot. Now to turn number 4 here. Let's see what these guys do. Here we go.
I feel like if Rongich wasn't involved in that backstretch melee there around, whenever we had that just after the stage break happened, I feel like he would still be up in that lead pack. But unfortunately, he was one of the cars caught up in that. So.
Yep. It looks like Austin and Michael did not come down pit road that time, but everybody else pretty much did. Cossey, Paff, Heath, Hurlbutt, Watchhorn, Deutscher, Sheets.
4 wide coming out of pit road.
Man. So Austin and company will probably have to come down this time. Let's see. Nope, Austin is not coming down. Austin, Michael. Oh, Michael Yarbrough is coming down. Okay, so it's going to leave.
All by himself.
Yep, that's going to leave Austin and Jeff Gilmore, the only 2 drivers yet to pit.
And it looks like when they do pit, they're going to be all by themselves as well. So they're going to have to hurry up, get up to speed, and try to find some type of pack once they do come out of pit road. Under 15 laps to go here this evening, Joshua.
Yeah,
so
winding it down. It is about 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central. So these guys like to start early and end early. And here comes Austin down pit road. We're going to see if Mr. Gilmore comes down here. But Austin is down pit road. So Jeff should be coming down here momentarily. And, yep, here he comes. He will be sliding down pit road here. So Austin and Jeff, they're going to have to get hooked up together and, hope and pray that, they can, get a yellow at some point to get caught
look
back
at where
up.
I'm sorry, Joshua. Look at where Jim has kind of put himself after that green flag cycle of pit stops we just saw. He has moved all the way up to 2nd place, able to nail his marks.
I've got him in 3rd.
Well, they got to come back around and get the.
That's right. Yeah.
Austin.
Yep, Austin, Hunter. Yeah, because, he'll be in 2nd right there. There he goes. Yeah, you are correct. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I had him in 3rd there, and I was a little confused.
Zach Deutscher is behind the 22 of Chris Paff, so we've got some faces up here, up at the front that not necessarily been in the top 5 at all night, but they finally got to the front.
Yep. Jim's been hanging back toward the middle of the back of the field. Chris has kind of been, hanging out. Well, Chris has been up toward the front several times, so, he's been hanging out. But Zach being another one that's been kind of hanging out and about, so he's found himself up here now battling the 13 of Kyle Heath in the Me Marie Designs. He is that could have been bad.
Well, exactly like what I talked about before they pitted. Look at that, Joshua. It is those 3 that I talked about before they pitted.
Yep.
Working together, trying to take this lead away.
And Jim Comensberger, did he lead that lap? Yes, he did.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
They gave it to him. Oh, Jim jumps down in front of Hayward.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna. Here we go, folks.
Left Paff hanging on that outside with Kyle Heath. Is Jim going to come back up down the back straightaway and get him? No, he's not. Chris is going to get right up on that outside with him.
Oh man. We got Chris Paff, Kyle Heath, and the 8 of Joseph Kelsey onto the outside here, and there comes Chris. We got Jim Comensberger.
Now.
Oh, they're getting wiggly down on the inside. Chris Paff He is going to lead this lap. Chris and Kyle both going to drop it in front of the 11. 10 to go.
Robbie Darnell's up here. He may be a couple of laps down, but he's trying to give a push to whoever he can give it to.
Now Robbie is right behind Joseph on the outside. Braden Sheets is behind him in the 2. Watch the 9. I believe that was the 9, or was that the 8? That was the 8, I believe, wasn't it? Yeah, that was the 8. No.
So now
that was the
roles are
91.
reversed.
That was the 91. Merrick Watchorn jumped in front of the 8, and now the 91 is pushing the daylights out of the 48. Oh golly, this is gonna get wild.
Watchorn back to doing what he is able to do best, and that is pushing someone. And Hayward found his pusher, and now they are back hooked up together. Hayward trying to get back up to the front with help from Watchorn there. So they are really, really tandem up then. They are really making some hay out there on that outside lane. Oh!
Whoa!
Chris Paff was almost clear to come up and block that run, but not quite. He got a little bit of a side draft, but it wasn't enough to separate them, so they take the lead away.
Yep. Hayward, Watchorn, Paff right behind him. There's the 8 still of Cossey. He's got to find some help.
Yeah, he thought he was going to be able to walk
back
back
to the
up.
outside. Oh, golly. Chris Paff, Kyle. Here we go. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, as long as that trio of Colemansberger, Heath, and Paff can stay together, I don't think no one else can really fight for this win, because Cossey can't really stick with the trio that he was working with, the 91 and the 48.
Yep.
So
let's see what the 22 and the 13 do here. Are they going to stay high in front of the 11? Here comes the 48, 91, 21. Oh, 48 got loose.
Oh.
Wow, good save by Hunter Hayward there. That could have been.
And just 7 laps to go, Joshua.
Yeah, come to 7 this time by, and it is getting crazy out here already. Chris Paff going to lead another lap onto the outside. Veteran drivers on the outside line. We got a couple of veterans on the inside line here too. Hunter Hayward, Zach Deuscher. Looks like the 43 of Austin and the 91 newcomer, Merrick Watchorn. Well, you're going to have to watch him. Pun intended.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Got to get it in there.
Oh, yeah.
I was wondering if you were going to do something with his name.
Oh, 48! Oh, no! Oh, no! Not what we wanted. There's the yellow. And oh man,
you just knew something was going to happen at some point. They were racing so hard here in the closing laps, Joshua, and just a bad push, almost identical to the lap prior.
Yeah, it looks like the 91 just got a little bit too aggressive.
Off-centered, yes.
Yeah, on the 48 of Hunter Hayward as they were coming into the corner. And, just hooked him right there and then hooked him again. And, well, unfortunate event. The 13 as well of Kyle going to get caught up in that. 11.
Colemansberger,
the 8
Cossey.
43. The 2 of Sheets. Robbie is going to squeak by that as well as Kyle Munson, but jeez. Oh,
the big
man.
one, part 2. Happening with 7 laps to go, or 6 here. Just an off-centered push from the 91 to the 48 of Hayward. And, Merrick, he wasn't really doing anything different that he had already been doing pretty much almost all night, just giving really good pushes here in the closing stages, and just unfortunate circumstances.
Yeah, just an off, as they were coming into that corner, just an offset push. And, pushing into the corners can be done, but, man, you have got to do it right, because if you don't, well, you see what can happen in situations
if that's the
like
net
that.
result.
Yeah, but Merrick, I mean, Yeah, he was right there. We're under 10 to go, folks. We're done with the interviews. We're going to be coming down to the wire here. But yeah, you said it. He was not doing anything different. You know, he pushing, and that I guess he just got a little bit too aggressive there, and he, you know, it just kind of set the stage for, you know, everything. Man, that was
This type of style of racing, Joshua. This type of style of racing, this package, you know, you really need to be pushing that person in front of you in the closing laps if you want to help them get into the lead to where maybe then you can make a move. So, but like we just said, you really want to be as centered as you can. You don't want to push too far left. Or even too far to the right, like we've even seen earlier in the race. So you want to be almost as centered as you can. You can be a little bit to the right, but not too far to the right. But when you're too far to the left, you really start to get that lead car, that pushy. You know, you really start to almost control that car that you're pushing in a way once you get too far to the left. We might get into green-white checkered territory here, Joshua.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at 5 to go right now. I'm kind of waiting to see what the pace car lights do. They might go off. Man, I don't think anybody came down pit road. Well, let me rephrase that. Michael Yallrow, looks like he did come down, but he did not stop. So we're going to see here what the pace car lights do here. If they go off, then it's not going to be a GWC attempt. We're at 5 to go, so it'll be 4 to go this time. Lights are off, so we are still under regulation here tonight.
Great to see it.
me and Tara's talking smack back and forth to one another, so I told her she's older than me by like a year, so I told her anybody older than me is old. Oh, man.
Type of mentality they have there, Joseph.
Yeah, I know, right?
Or Joshua.
Yeah,
my bad, called you Joseph.
Yeah, it's all right. We got Joseph on the brain out here tonight, don't we?
Oh, yeah. He's been making it exciting. He's led the most laps for us this evening.
Yeah.
So.
Well, let's see here. Yeah, Joseph Cossey has led 44. The closest one next to him will be
Hayward, right? It was Hayward, I think, right?
I think it was Hunter. Yeah, 35. Man, tough break for Hunter. Ugh! Tough break for everybody that got involved in that. Man, oh man. Yeah, it'll be 3 to go when we go green, but it is not going to be a GWC attempt. So we are still regulation racing.
Look at the 38 of Zachary Rongich. He's back up here, back up front after being involved in that gnarly wreck halfway through the race. So
where is he at? Zachary Rongich? Oh, there he is right there. Yep. Found him.
Brandon Hartwell back there in the 25 machine. So.
All right, well, here we go, Will. Man, oh, man, we got Chris Paff, Merrick, Watchhorn. We've also got Jim Comensberger, Zach Deutscher coming in, too. The Geico start. So, green is out. Chris on the loud pedal. Merrick on the outside. Zach behind the 22. And we are back underway here tonight, winding down the final 3 laps here for the NASCAR Dave Busch Sim Racing Unleashed Cup Series opener here, round number 1 at Daytona. It's already been wild out here, folks, but it's about to get even more insane because these guys, man, they are making quick work. And here comes Jim. Wow, what a move.
Jim gets down in front of Chris. It's something we haven't really seen all day is somebody pushing the 91 of Merrick. Merrick's normally been the pusher. So, oh man.
Man, yeah, 22. I think the 11 might have got squirrely, but here we go.
Look at the 40.
Yeah, 3 wide back there yet? nope, not yet.
Oh,
Oh.
38 and 40 going to the
Yeah,
lead.
Cal Munson and Zachary Rongich. Oh, they're getting a little bit dicey. We got to get to the white, folks. Can we get to the white? They're getting squirrely back there. Oh, somebody up into the outside wall. 77 going around. No yellow yet.
Yellow coming out of turn number 4 to get the white
There
flag.
it
Are they? No,
is.
caution's out.
There it is. There is the yellow. I did say the 77 was going around, and it looks like several more also going to get in the mess
What happens
here.
here? Art,
Yeah, I don't know.
Art on the bottom. I think Art might have got pushed up off the bottom, or something happened here. Just an accordion.
Oh, looks like he might have got clipped by the
No, he did.
57 of Gilmore.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I think he might have. Hang on a minute. Let me get a chase view of this. Everybody loves watching the chase views, so we'll go ahead and get a chase view of this and see what. Yeah, oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, 57 of Jeff Gilmore. It's hard racing. These guys are out here neck and neck, you know.
Hard racing, closing laps, and also there was a bit of an accordion, kind of a checkup on the bottom lane. So that could have been what happened a little bit further back. That checkup got back further back to that bottom lane, and that's what happened.
Oh, yeah, right there.
And it was just on from there.
77. That's where it all kind of went on from there, and everybody spitted, and the 77 going across the grass, and yeah, there was the yellows. So the yellows out at JWC attempt number 1. They only have 3 attempts, so unless they changed it. As far as I know, it's 3 attempts. So let me see. If anybody wants to in chat. Oh, man. GWC attempt 1 of 3 and no fast repairs. That is a change that happened actually at the beginning of last season. So this is the second season that they have no fast repairs. It makes for a long beginning race as they wind down the laps, but it makes for a very exciting race coming down to the final laps.
Well, whenever you have no fast repairs, no quick fixes, you know, you can't really repair that car brand spanking new. So you really kind of have to be conservative. You kind of like we were seeing earlier in the race, you had that group, about 6 or 8 cars that were just breaking away, just minding their own business. They were about not quite a half a track away from the leaders, but a good distance just in case anything happened.
Yeah.
But now it's crunch time. You really got to try to make some moves, get the best finish possible now. So all that ride and being conservative, that's out the window. That went out the window a long time ago, Josh.
That went out the window, I think, with about 20 to go. I think they just, well, after the last round of pit stops, that was when it totally went out the window.
Most certainly, indeed. I have to agree with you there. That final round of pit stops, then you just get in that mentality of, all right, just gotta get to the finish now. Just gotta put myself in the best position possible. And now that we've seen kind of these cautions here in the closing laps, what position exactly do you need to be? Do you want to be in to try to get yourself to the lead if you're not already there?
Well,
like, say, for instance, you know, Watchhorn is.
If I'm out there racing, coming down, and you know there is a potential, you know, a chance that, you know, you can go 3 GWC attempts. Now, you do want to be, you know, in a good spot, but do you really want to be up in the, you know, in this big group? How far back do you really think is safe? Right now, there ain't no safe place. I think the safest place to be is up in front where Merrick Watchhorn is. But if I'm in the pack, I would want to be right behind that leader, right where the 45 of Michael Yarrow is. That's where I would want to be. Just my opinion.
Well, either second, third, it just all depends. We saw the end of the stage result, and man, it was
Fifth would
just take your breath away, speechless moment. So
fifth wouldn't be a bad spot either, where Chris Paff is sitting, because you got 1 and 3 ahead of you. Remember, the inside line is usually the odd line, unless it's the odd number. So Chris is sitting, I think, in a pretty good spot. But we have seen drivers all over the place here tonight: high side, low side, middle line. So all lines, I think, are really coming in play. But who do you have behind you that you can trust?
exactly, it's all about who you want to have behind you, pushing you.
Yep.
That trust factor, exactly.
And that pace car will dive off to the safety of pit road for the first GWC attempt here tonight. Merrick Watchorn, Munson, Yalro, Rongich, Paff, Deutscher, Kelsey, Hurlbutt, Milne, and Adams, top 10. Here we go into the Geico start zone. Green is out, and the 40 and the 91, they went pretty much at the same time. 2 laps to go. We got to make it around the track to get to the white flag. We get a wreck before then, or we get a yellow before then, not necessarily a wreck. We'll rack them up, stack them up, and do it again. We are out of 2, and oh no! 40 into the wall. We are going to go 3 wide back there. Oh man, Munson getting pushed out.
Might have given him, yeah, I think Rongich might have pushed him a bit off-centered there, so that's going to stack that entire outside lane up. Michael Yarrow giving a push to the 91.
Yeah, we're going to get back up here to the 45 here, coming to the white flag. We have got to hit it. We are going to hit it. White flag in the air. 1 to go. Whatever happens now, happens.
You see Deutscher on the bottom, getting up to Yarrow.
The outside line, Chris Paff. He is trying to get up there too, the 38 of Rongich. Oh my gosh, this is
insane, coming down to the back straightaway.
Chris Paff, what a run! Yeah, oh man, the 8 dropping it down. Kasi, oh no! We're going to be running behind them. 22 getting loose. 38 making a move. They're blocking. Joseph Kasi, oh no, here we go. Oh,
who's going to get to the stripe?
Zach Deutscher. Zach, man, here tonight. Oh,
wow. He was just able to get through all the calamity. He was almost caught up in what happened going into turn 3. He barely missed what happened in turn 3. And then right here, everybody started pinballing, blocking, and everything going on.
Yeah, Keith almost had it as well. And I'm trying to get back here. And oh, yeah, we see Zachary Rongich and Keith. Oh, man. And Keith get in. Oh, man, to it. And I got to get back up here on Zach Deutscher here again, because we were kind of going through that, and we didn't technically see the move Zach made.
Let's ride on board with him.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's ride on board with him. And he's going to see this mess right up ahead of him, sitting in a pretty good spot. So we're going to watch it here. He sees all the action going on. He's moving, he's running, and he just rides right through it. And
what a Days of Thunder moment.
Man, what a run there for Zach Deutscher. And, well, he's burning it up there on the front stretch here. I've got to get back up to him here. I'm over here pressing buttons, and he's burning it up on the front stretch here. So, man, oh, man, what a race. And, golly, we're going to get the top 3 up here for the MaxspeedTV post-race show. Zach Deutscher, Ryan Messer, and Jason Kaveen here, folks. Hang tight, because we're going to be right back. Well, alrighty, folks, we have caught up with at least two of the three out here tonight. Jason Convene in the 26 is not in Discord. At least I don't see him. But I do want to congratulate Jason on AP3 here tonight. We have caught up, though, with first and second here this evening. We're going to pull up P2 here tonight, the number 16 NOS machine of Ryan Messer here. Ryan, man, awesome job out here tonight. Good points out already to start things off, but man, it was a crazy race out there here for round number one. You know, everybody was racing pretty clean, you know, getting these laps wound down, and then all mayhem just ensued down there. Buddy, talk about your overall racing and, you know, how you had to survive, you know, your own battles that you had to endure out there.
Yeah, it got pretty wild at the end there. Just kind of had a halfway point, right around there. We took a bad push, and there was a block there, so we ended up getting turned around and took damage. So for the most of that last part of the race, I was running around, tore up, went a couple laps down. Managed to just still be able to stay just a little bit in contention, and then that last yellow with 9 or 8 to go, I was able to come get the rest of it fixed. It still wasn't 100%, but in the draft I could be competitive again, and then just needed that last wreck and stay out of it to get the lap back. Then I knew we had a shot, but just in that last lap, the car just wasn't quite behaving the same. I wasn't able to really get up on anybody, so it was just gonna have to be a matter of something big was gonna have to happen. And then going into 3, I was in like 14th place, and I seen the cars going sideways. Like, nope, there's no way I'm getting through her. But had nobody below me, so I just dove it to the apron and drove by everybody there. And then on the front stretch, I don't know how I really got that lucky to go between them all and get second. So no, I'm not really sure how all that happened, but I'll definitely take it.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, you see the mayhem happen, and you're like, oh man, this is not going to be good, because you don't know where everybody's going to go, and you're just trying to get through it, and it just parted, and you and Zach just kind of just drove right through it. I don't know how y'all did it.
No, me neither. And he was able to get through it before I could. So no, it was congrats to him. There's a lot of really good racing overall.
Yep.
For the most part, everybody was pretty patient, so everything went as it should. But then inside the 10 to go, this stuff it's going to happen. There's no way around it.
Oh yeah, definitely. So you know, it's Daytona. You know, wind down the laps, and then you know mayhem ensues at the end. So you know that's part of super speedway racing. Go to a mile and a half next week. Las Vegas, Sin City. Do you think you know what happens in Vegas is going to stay in Vegas, or do you think it's going to you know transpire to Phoenix the following week? Well, let's talk about Vegas first.
I think Vegas would definitely be a pretty fun one. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to make it to that one or not. I'm going to try to make it to as many of them as I can. But if we go out there, I'm not too bad at Vegas, so hopefully we can maybe have a good run if I make it there. So hopefully just keep the momentum going.
All righty, well, awesome job out here tonight. Good points tonight to start things off, man, in that P2 position. Go celebrate. I know you probably got a few final thoughts, thanks you want to give, so I'm going to turn the mic over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, just got to thank the SRU guys. This is my first race back with them for a while. They put on a really good gig. It's fun racing with them. It's a good bunch of guys, so just got to give a shout out to them and you guys for putting the broadcast on. Yeah, it's fun to be here, and hopefully see you at the next one.
All right, well, Las Vegas at the next one. If we don't see you then, we hope to see you at Phoenix, bud.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks.
Yep. All right, well, that is going to bring us to our winner here tonight. He doesn't even know how he did it. Number 21 of Zach Deutscher out there here, buddy. Awesome job here at the end for the NASCAR Dave Busch Cup Series for SRU. Before we get to the wild finish there, let's get down to the beginning of the race here tonight, man. It was quite, you know, I wouldn't say rather boring, but, you know, you guys were, you know, getting single file, winding down laps, green flag pit stops before the stage, and, you know, kind of talk about your overall racing at the beginning, your mindset coming into round number one, and, you know, yeah, start with that.
Well, the main thing, like most people, is just survive these tracks. Try to be up there when it matters. My strategy is pretty straightforward. I did not qualify. I just don't like qualifying here, so just hang in the back. I'm kind of happy when single flyer because we just get through the laps here. Nobody really gets hurt. We had one bad pit stop, unfortunately, dropped us back a little bit, but we made up for that. But for the most part, our strategy was pretty fire all night.
All right, I'm trying to get some information here real quick, but it's fine. Yeah, I mean, it was, at the beginning, just, kind of the single file, like I said, winding down the laps. Now, how was your pit stops? How was it coming into pit road, with the amount of cars that did come down at one time? Was it just, was there a lot of communication down there, pitting, not pitting? Kind of talk about that.
Yeah, everybody was for the most part very commutative. Yeah, just kind of lining yourself up. For me, I didn't have too much of a problem. I got in pretty really good in my opinion. Getting out was really good too. Yeah, communication was great. First pit stop was great. The second pit stop, I accidentally took tires when I didn't want to, but thankfully made our way up when it mattered tonight.
Well, let's get down kind of to the nitty gritty here because we had we had the stage. Then we had a few of the yellows there, and with those yellows coming out, we could kind of forget about tires because tires really I don't think played a big huge factor out here tonight. I think it was more as always with you guys fuel. Um, after the stage and everything, kind of talk about that side by side. We had more side by side racing after the stage than we did at the beginning.
I mean, I love it, but man, when we get side by side, things could happen quick. Yeah, it seemed like the top line is kind of where to be, but at the same time, you're not the safest up there. If something happens, you got very little opportunity to miss something. So for me, stay on the bottom is where to be. And if you do lose spots, just a little safer. You got the apron to kind of go to if a crash starts.
Okay. Well, I mean, it was crazy. Now let's get down here to the caution that set up the GWC. Of course, you were not in. I would say, you were in. You were a little bit back in around the
Seventh, I started,
seventh
yeah.
or spot, seventh or eighth spot. I was gonna say on that GWC attempt. So you had some work cut out for you if it would have stayed green. Or well, if we didn't have that wreck in front of you. So talk about, your restart there on the GWC and then how you managed to get through the mayhem that ensued in front of you. By the way, we did go cockpit with you on the replay. So go ahead, man. We got to hear it.
Well, it was just making sure where I was on the high side was going to get a run because once I could see the drop opportunity in the bottom, I took it. And once, I don't know, it kind of worked. I don't know how to explain it. It just worked out for me. You got to watch what lines go, and unfortunately, the top kind of died, and we were in the bottom. And we wrecked. Somehow I got through that. And then I was about a second off, and I saw the first guy's wreck. I'm like, oh, there's a chance. And the leaders wrecked themselves. And I was like, oh, even more of a chance. And somehow, yeah, as you saw, we won the race.
Yep.
Somehow.
Yeah, you drove through it. You drove it. You stole it. You grabbed the win. Now, of course, per the starts, I believe it's 15 from what I was told. It looks like Jason Caveen is down there too. We'll get Robbie up here as well after the interview with you. But per the starts, I believe 15. I believe it is. You're going to get the lock in. So you already got the win out of the way. Now you got to get 15 starts at least. But
we got it.
You're going to get the starts. We already know that. But with that being said, you got the most important thing out of the way.
Yeah, one less thing to think about now. It kind of smooth sail a little bit. Just consistency is what's going to matter.
Yep. All right. Well, I'm not going to keep you any longer than I have to. So Las Vegas next week for round number 2, buddy. You got, you got the big hiccup. You got the big monkey off your back. But hey, why not go 2 for 2 here to start the season? Talk about Vegas.
I love Vegas. I'm hoping for the best. We're definitely going to qualify next week. Just, ride it out, and hopefully you're going to be there at the end. I have a really positive idea we're going to do good next week, but you never know.
Yeah, we don't know race to race. We didn't know what was going to happen tonight. I thought for a second we were going to go through a green flag all the way. Didn't we, Will?
Oh, yes, Joshua. Just an exciting race overall. No doubt about it. Congratulations to you, Zach. So, wonderful finish. Just
you.
knockout, drag out, fantastic finish coming down to the checkered.
All righty, Zach. Well, I know you got a few final thoughts, shout-outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate your victory here tonight. So, Mike is yours, bud.
Man, firstly, I want to dedicate this win to Dave Bush. If you're watching this, man, we all love you, and we hope you are doing better and get better every day. We love you. The team, Aerokinetics, great people. Always can learn to race better. Some really fast guys. You guys, always great broadcast. And to Will, for sure, because if Will didn't message me to race with us tonight, I would never know. So big props to him.
Oh,
And this league, as you guys see, this is a great league, and we got some really good guys in Cup in the races. They're always exciting. So shout out to all those guys. What a great race.
all righty. Yeah, Will, if you hadn't have told him that the race was tonight, he wouldn't have won. So, he owes you big time.
I already owe him, but he knows I'll get him.
All righty. Well, Zach, go celebrate your victory here tonight, and we'll see you at Vegas, buddy.
See ya. Thank guys.
Yep. All right. Well, that is going to bring us to our third here tonight. Jason Caveen. I do not have him on the car, but Jason, awesome job in third here tonight, man. You squeezed through everything. We got to interview you just like we did everybody else. Talk about the beginning of the race, man. It was, single file, winding down the laps, and then the stage, and crazy stage finish as well. With that being said, man, talk about your racing, bud.
Well, the qualifying effort went well. We started mid pack, kind of got shuffled out halfway through that first segment, and just kind of stayed in line and just logged laps. Did real good on pit stops tonight. Team really helped me out, picking up spots, maintaining what we had, and I'm not sure where we finished in that first segment. Second round there, made some adjustments. Car hooked up well. It drafted great, pushed great. Made our way to the top 5, and then we ended up getting shuffled out again. Kind of ran out of talent there going for the lead and scuffed the wall a little bit, dropped back to around 10th. Got back in line, logged some laps. Just tried to survive until the end.
Yeah.
And there towards the end, all hell broke loose, seas parted, and we wound up with a podium finish.
Yeah, man. I mean, you basically just broke down the whole race in like 5 minutes. So, it was a crazy race out there here tonight. GWC attempts, coming down to under, 20, 15, 10 to go, Jason. You've raced on iRacing. I'm sure you know how they get, especially at super speedway racing. Winding down, you've seen the seas part, and you come across the line in third. So, great points tonight, to start things off for, the season. Of course, it's, just getting started. So, what was the toughest thing out there here tonight? Well, in your opinion?
Patience. I just kept hearing my spotter tell me how many laps we had left to go, just counting them down one at a time, staying patient, staying in line so we could stay with the leaders, pit with the leaders, come out with the leaders. Fortunately, there wasn't that many caution laps, so everybody had to be on their game on pit road. Me getting on and off the pit road, hitting my pit box, and just staying with it, being patient.
Yep, just being patient. Yeah, I couldn't have said it any better, man. You nailed it right on the head there. Well, it's super speedway racing here tonight, but we go to a mile and a half next week, Las Vegas. But your thoughts on Vegas for round number 2? Do you like the track? Dislike the track? What do you think about it?
Vegas is a track for me where it is a test of the driver. It's a driver's track. It's not necessarily aero working with somebody to try to maintain. It's execution. And to drive a track like that, keep your foot in it. You need to have those cojones to hold her to the floor in the corners.
Well, I guess we're going to find out what happens in round number 2, buddy. So, Jason, awesome job out here tonight. Great podium finish. Great points night. Next week definitely gonna separate some drivers, I think, like he was kind of talking about. So we're gonna see who's gonna be able to hold it at Las Vegas, who's gonna keep it in Vegas and not take it to Phoenix for round 3. You know how that can go, I'm sure. So, awesome job, Jason. I know you probably got a few final thoughts, shout outs, thanks you want to give here tonight before you go celebrate. We have you on the 3 on the car, but 26 in the driver bar. I'm just letting you know that. We have a hiccup with a number here. So, oh, aside from that, great race, man. I'm going to turn the mic over to you, buddy. So, mic's yours.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to the team, the fans, the number 3 Wrangler for the sponsorship, Chevy Camaro, all the boys that put this deal together. Keep it coming. We're going to work hard. We're going to make it worth their while. Thanks to everybody.
All righty, Jason, we'll go celebrate your 3rd here tonight, man. We'll see you in 1 week's time at Vegas, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Will. Well, next week we'll start doing the little opposition here for interviews. We'll do 1, 2, and then, or Will will do 1, 2 1 week, and I'll do second, and then the next week I'll do 1, 2, he'll do second. We'll switch off and on tonight, just kind of get back in the groove of things, Will. You know how that goes. So, but I got to say, Will, tonight, great racing by these guys. I mean, always a show that they put on, and, well, starting tonight, it was not a shocker that they put on a great show. Always put on a great show over here.
Oh, yes, always indeed, Joshua. Excellent race here tonight to start off this new season of the SRU, Cup Series, Dave Bush Cup Series here in SRU. So just excellent race. Like I said in the end of Zach's interview there, it was just a slobber knocker of a finish, as they were coming off a turn, going into turn 3 and 4, and just coming to the checkered, man. You just didn't know who was going to be the victor of this race.
Nope, and that's where I always say expect the unexpected, because, man, they got crazy there out of 4, and leader started to wreck. Zach was just in the right spot at the right time. The seas parted for him, and he just drove it right into the checkered flag victory lane. Of course, Ryan and Jason had to do the same thing, but Keith Hurlbut down there finishing 4, so a top 5 for Keith, and Zachary Rogich in 5th as well. But great job out here, for round number 1 of the NASCAR Dave Bush Cup Series for the Sim Racing Unleashed Cup Series. So we got Cup in there several times, but hey, that's all right. Let's get down here to the unofficial results. Pending the admin stuff they have to do here tonight, I don't think there's going to be much. So, but Zach Neuscher grabbing the win out here tonight for round number 1. Awesome job, Zach. Ryan Messer in 2nd. Jason Bean 3rd. We heard from all 3 of them. Keith Hurlbut in 4th here tonight. Awesome job by Keith and Zachary Rongich rounding out the top 5. Joseph Cossey, getting caught up in some messes down there, but hey, he'll grab a 6th spot here with Jason Adams 7th, Jim Coleman-Sperger in 8th, Austin Slayers 9th, and Kyle Heath rounding out the top 10. Art Milne in 11th, Michael Yarrow in 12th, Jeff Gilmore 13th, Kyle Munson 14th, Chris Paff 15th, Merrick Watchhorn. We're going to have to watch him throughout the season. We've already seen he is a great pusher, so especially on a super speedway here tonight. We're going to see throughout the season what he can do. He'll finish 16th here. Kevin Roy 17th, Brandon Sheets at 18th, Brandon Hartwell at 19th, and Terry again 20th. Robbie Darnell 21st, Hunter Hayward 22nd, Byron Bartlett 23rd, Larry Blair 24th, Robbie Stewart 25th, Rick Adams 26th. No relation to Jason, by the way. Paul Buscohen in 27th, Robert Chaswick 28th, and Gomez will round it out here in 29th. Everybody did start out here tonight Unfortunately, not everybody did finish. But, hey, it was great racing overall, Will. Glad to have you back again this season. It's going to be a long season.
Long season indeed. Glad to be back as well, Joshua. Thanks for having me back as well. So can't wait to see what's in store next week at Vegas, that mile and a half out there, just outside of the strip. So just can't wait for it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So glad to have everybody out there here for round number 1. Brennan Kennedy, Tara Paff, my brother, Pneumatics out there as well. Again, a happy birthday to my brother as well. He just turned 14 here tonight, so say that backwards, and you'll get his age. John Black out there in chat as well. Let's see here. I know I'm missing a bunch. Trevor, like I said, not even going to attempt to pronounce your last name there, but glad to have you again in chat. Haley Williams in chat as well. Zombie Army 25. Kelly Hayward, Dustin Workman. Let's see here. Stephen Lane was even out there as well at the beginning. Benjamin Butler, Keaton A13. Brendan Kennedy again. So, of course, glad to have everybody in chat. Of course, those that were talking, those that were not. 22 likes out here tonight to start things off. Next week, Las Vegas, 7:45 Eastern, 6:45 Central. We'll have the first look at the point standings after one race. We know they're going to be close, but how close are they going to be? That's going to do it here tonight for myself, Joshua Medlock, Will Roberts of MaxspeedTV. The NASCAR Dave Busch Cup Series for the Sim Racing Unleashed Series. Signing off here tonight for the first time. See you next week. Thank you all again, and have a good night.